Hi, welcome to Free Looks One palette. Today I'm using Huda Beauty's newest eyeshadow palette, Icy Nude. This is a gorgeous palette full of stunning shimmers and beautiful mattes, and today I'm super excited to be using it to create 3 different looks. One that is going to be more wearable, another one using the warm tones, and another one with the icy ones. So without further ado, let's get started with look number 1. For the more wearable look, I'm going to start by taking a blending brush and applying shade High Life all over the crease. Now I'm taking the same blending brush and applying shade IDGAF, which is a gorgeous pale pink, all over the lid. Now with a smaller blending brush, I'm going back in with shade High Life and apply it all over the lower lash line. Now it's time for the first shimmer. I'm going in with shade VVS, which is probably one of my favorites from this palette. I'm gonna start by taking my finger and then try it with a brush to see the difference. For my wing, I'm using shade Faux Fur, and I'm also connecting it to the lower lash line. To finish it all off, I'm using shades Iced Out and Avalanche to highlight my inner corners. And that is it for look number 1. I would totally wear this as my everyday makeup look, and I think that just shows how versatile this palette really is. For look number 2, my goal was to try out some of the warmer shades in this palette, so I'm taking a blending brush and using shade Unapologetic, and for this look I'm going to do a halo eye, so I'm applying this shade to my inner and outer corners. I'm also dipping my brush into a little bit of shade First Class just to blend out my edges. It's time for the first shimmer. Now I'm using the shade Gold Standards and applying it on the center of the lid and the eye. And now I'm going back in with a little bit of shade Unapologetic to blend out everything more nicely. Now I'm going to repeat the whole thing in the lower lash line, so I'm starting by applying shade Unapologetic in the outer and inner corners. Now I'm taking some of shade Gold Standards and applying it right in between. And to finish off the look, I'm taking shade Cold Plunge and apply it in the inner corners for some highlight. And that is look number 2 all complete. I'm really happy about this one because I think at first you really think about the gray and icy potential for this palette, which is totally there, but there's definitely some warm tone potential as well. For the third and final look, I want to try out some of the darker and silver shades, so I'm going in with shade Poised and a blending brush and apply it all over the crease. To make it even darker, I'm taking some of the shade Sheer Rich in a smaller brush and applying it on my outer corners. Now it's time for the first shimmer. I'm taking shade Platinum, another one of my favorites from this palette, and apply it all over the lid. Now I'm taking shade Bling with my finger and apply it on top of that one. This is more of a glitter instead of a shimmer. For my inner corners, I'm using shade Iced Out, which is another one of my favorites from this palette. Lastly, I'm going back in with shade Poised and applying it on my lower lash line with a smaller blending brush. And And that's it for look number 3. Again, I'm really happy about this one. I really loved all the shimmers and I cannot wait to play with more shades. And that was for Looks 1 palette using Huda Beauty's Icy Nude. I really love this palette. I think the mattes blend out like a dream and the shimmers are just absolutely stunning as per usual with Huda Beauty. Don't forget to comment down below which look is your favorite and make sure to like and subscribe